Hi, and welcome to the Etherground engine, a storytelling and narrative-driven text-based adventure engine. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the tools in the world builder, specifically focusing on the location builder. To access the location builder, we have to go to the world builder. So on the top nav bar, we go to world builder, scroll down a little bit, and click locations in the div in the menu. So locations, you'll have a form here, so you can fill out your location. You also have location categories. They're a bit hierarchical. Sorry. So the base level is a biome. The next level up is a landmark. The next level up is a town, and the next level up is a building. This is just to organize your data and structure your project, as they do sometimes have different styling, like rooms is another category, but their rooms are within towns or buildings. They're not a location type per se. They're more of a subcategory of locations that we already have. So if we click biome and look at the right side of the screen, we have the location editor. Here we can type metadata or data to reference this biome. So I'm gonna name this the Shadowy Dungeon. So the description is going to be the same as for nodes. It's the text that displays or type writes within the player. So I'm going to say to all around you are shadowy creatures, and you feel them climbing up huge the trees and hiding behind rocks. Alright, something random. The travel hint is what appears in the links as a tooltip within the links that make you travel to a destination. So when you hover over the Shadowy Dungeon link, well, I'll show you the UI in a second. The Shadowy Dungeon link, it will show this text as a precursor to the actual definition, to the actual description. So travel hint, you are ahead of you a shadowy canopy. Category, then I'm gonna put biome, even if I can choose anyone, each of one. I'm gonna put biome, and I'm gonna put a subtype of jungle. This is just to keep it organized. I will add features to use this for descriptions later, but for now they're just to organize the data. Parent location, we don't have any since this is the first one. We will use child locations in a few minutes. Entity ID is important. Everything in the Etherground engine has an entity ID, which is the word or number that is used to define that element of the adventure or story. So I'm going to put shadowy canopy. Story nodes, they create automatically, so I'm not going to fill it. Tags, not going to fill it. Atmosphere, this will be used later on to add descriptions or randomize descriptions to your story node, same as ambient sounds. And events, I will have a full video of events later on, so because this is a very large topic. Save location, travel node, created one travel node. So nodes can be story nodes or travel nodes. Travel nodes are styled differently than story nodes. Story nodes are plain text, while the travel nodes have a little bit of CSS. Alright, now I'm gonna create a landmark. The landmark, I'm gonna create a new location to clear the form. I'm gonna put Sira's shrine. A path made of grass circles a large statue of Sira, the witch patron of the city of Malor. Let's say this is a city, a personal name for a city. Travel hint: you sense incense. How do you write this? I apologize since English is not my first language. Incense. You sense incense and smoke coming from the west. Landmark. Shrine. We could put old, weathered, historical. This is just metadata. It won't really affect the story. Parent location, the shadowy dungeon for sure. So this is how parent locations work. I'm gonna put it here so we can travel automatically, so we don't have to set it up in the story editor. Entity ID, Sira Shrine. And here we can create rooms. So I'm gonna make a room just to show you how it works. I'm gonna add a room, and the room is the mystical dungeon. Behind the statue lies a door on the floor, which leads to a spiral staircase. Beyond that staircase, who knows what Sira dungeon 4. This I'll add a new one because this one will auto generate a few of them already, so I'm just gonna put a number that I know won't catch up to the ones that are gonna be auto generated for no duplicates, and save location. One room, created 2 nodes, one for the room, one for the location. Okay, and I'm gonna go to biome, click the shadowy dungeon, and put this as a child location. Important. You need to go to the parent location and mark it as mark the other locations as a child. All right, I'm gonna save location to update it. Landmarks, that's perfect. Now I'm gonna show you this is the same process for these, so it's redundant to just keep showing you how it's done, because this is literally all there is to it, to the location generation. So now I'm gonna test. I'm gonna go to story editor, open, and you see you have all the location nodes. And we go to flow diagram, and you see that they have a blue line around them. That means those are a location node. So I'm gonna play. You arrive at the shadowy dungeon. All around you are shadowy creatures. You feel them climbing up the trees and hiding behind rocks. So you see that there's a little box here, really cute and very well designed, for the locations. And the destinations, if you have not visited, it will only show the travel hint. You sense incense and smoke coming from the west. And when we click that, we go to the Sira Shrine. A path made of grass circles a large statue of Sira, the witch patron of Malor. And of course, within the location, which is Sierra's Shrine, we can click the sub-location, which is the room, a mystical dungeon. Behind the statue lies a door on the floor which leads to a spiral staircase. Beyond that staircase, who knows what there is. And that's essentially all there is to it, 2 locations. In the next videos, we'll be looking on how to add dynamic inserts or dynamic text to different kinds of nodes, such as story nodes and location nodes. Thanks for watching.